excited to meet you guys. Thank you for being here. Isn't this awesome? Here they are.
Woo!
The squirrel in the flesh.
It's not the Corrina the Squirrel. It's not on that poster.
She's not on the poster?
That
is, yeah, we're going to talk to somebody after this. First off, I want to say thank you guys. This is very exciting for me personally because me and my wife are on our third playthrough of the game currently right now. Third.
Lucky number.
Yeah, but I have a job, so. I'm sorry guys. I wish I was in your shoes playing 15 times third now. First question I wanted to ask is, you know, as people who have been answering a lot of questions about Baldur's Gate, what's the one question that you get asked the most that you secretly hope nobody ever asks again?
Did you expect it to blow up? That one? Because we're like, no, we didn't. We didn't.
And
yeah. No.
Is that
your next question?
Marking off question 2. No, I wanted to, so how many Shadowhearts have you met this weekend?
Not that many this weekend. I mean, we've been here for like 5 minutes. But I will say the berets are repping. Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I think my favorite thing is when you see a Shadowheart and then you see a Mayal.
I think I saw Shadowheart coming in earlier. Is there a Shadowheart in here? Is there anybody dressed like Shadowheart? Wait, we got a couple of you in the crowd. Yeah, you want to stand up?
Yeah! Sit back down, sorry.
Now, Aliona, are you ever surprised by the amount of people who have told you at this point that they've killed the squirrels?
Oh, yeah, I am surprised because, guys, let's settle this right here, right now. I'm not that squirrel. Yeah, a bunch of you just went, oh. The squirrels are all voiced by directors of the game. So the one that you kick is Beth Park, one of the other directors who chose to be that squirrel. She's in on the joke, guys. So it's all good. And the one next to Alfira, the sassy one. Yeah, thank you. Also, Chris, I want to point out when you said, "Are you guys ready to talk about Baldur's Gate?" Yeah, I just imagined all these people with red berries and like,
yeah, I was like,
expedition. I'll hide my
expedition.
We can talk about Expedition if you want, but I have not played Expedition.
You should play it. It's quite good.
Okay, well, you know, after we finish this third playthrough of Baldur's Gate, you know, we'll probably play through it again, and then maybe we'll get to Expedition.
Game of the year!
So what?
Make sure you speak to the squirrels.
I will. I always speak to the squirrels. I love talking to animals. Also, I wanted to know that I knew that you weren't that squirrel that gets killed.
Okay, good.
But I don't want to be a complete psychopath and say that you can technically still kill all the squirrels.
What? Can you?
Technically.
I don't think you can.
Oh, yes, you can.
Nodding.
Yeah.
Evil. What?
By round of applause, how many of you have killed the squirrels? So, Jennifer, Shadowheart is considered the most romance character in the game. When you guys were making the game, did you have an idea that she would be, or were you guys like taking bets to be like, no, everybody's gonna want to hook up with me instead?
Oh, with the cast?
Yeah.
No, I knew it. Well, she's really hot, and no, I do think that the romance dialogues are just so well written. And what I love about it is that John, who writes Shadowheart, is not who you expect to have written Shadowheart. He's a beautifully gruff Irish man, and you're like, but you're actually baby girl. And we love them. So yeah, I think I genuinely think they're just so well written, and I think the way that the romance develops, like we love a very slow burn, and you know, she's not like Lozelle.
Oh no.
and if you haven't romance Lozelle, recommend it.
That's good. I did romance Lazelle, and then I broke it off with Lazelle to go pursue Shadowheart. I know, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but girl code. I would have taken sloppy seconds.
My wife didn't care. She was just, she's too busy with Astarion, so.
Sit back down, Star.
Now, I'm curious, did you guys ever go play the game after it came out, or is that like similar to watching your own performance, where it's like, some actors don't like to do that?
No, we live streamed it. We initially we weren't going to play it, and I started to receive a lot of tweets of people saying like, "Are you going to play the game?" And I was like, "Me and Jen don't know how to game very well." And then people were like, "We'll help you. Put it on a live stream. We'll participate." And actually, it's been wonderful that people have helped us. Jen's become really good. She's a gamer.
I'm a gamer now.
Pro gamer.
Like genuinely, I
Congratulations.
got a Switch, got a Steam Deck, got my PS5. I'm all in.
I think I would actually be very embarrassed to live stream my playing of Baldur's Gate. Everybody would be like, "Wow, you're an awful person."
So we didn't know which buttons to press at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing, and 3,000 people were watching. But
So, what is your Pavlovian response now when you hear the Baldur's Gate theme?
Yeah, it's just, who's that
Who's
bold?
the bold capybara? I love you.
Yeah, even to the load-up scream, I'll every time I'll be like, "Oh."
You could probably find us in like in a store if you lost us and just went, "Oh."
Now, had either of you ever played D&D before getting cast in Baldur's Gate?
Never.
No, never. Have you played since?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so what class do you like to play as?
Like, I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a barbarian girl.
Yeah!
I tend to fuck shit up. She's very violent. I like just getting in there and smashing people's heads in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jen's Barbarian Roar as well as Shadowheart in the game is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
One person said yes.
I have a lot of rage.
What about you, Aliona? What class are you?
Bard. Did I just listen to Jen's Bard class? Yes, I did.
I could tell when you were singing earlier. I was like, oh, she's definitely a bard. Yeah.
Do you think you're a bard as a person?
I think so, yeah. Do you think I'm a bard as a person?
I think you're a bard as a person.
Yeah. I do have a guitar. I used to romance women with my guitar.
Used to. Look, I know how to play guitar. I know what that's like. College. I was like, hey, what's going on? Wonderwall?
Kens from Bard.
I've stopped now because you do realize eventually it's really lame.
Yeah.
But you've got to grow into realizing it's lame.
Yeah.
Depends if the person you're wooing sings, because then that's really cute.
That's true.
I think I started learning that it was kind of lame when, after being married for about 6 months, I'd pick up a guitar and my wife would leave the room. I was like, oh, okay, you didn't like this as much as I thought you did. That's fine.
Have you tried playing bard dance to her on the guitar though?
I have
So
not.
I learned bard dance.
That one get it
There's a
going?
video of us singing it online.
Okay.
That will go down well.
I'm recording this right now. I'm gonna go back and listen to it, and then remember to look that up. Something I wanted to talk about was with Baldur's Gate. There's like an absurd amount of recorded dialogue and everything that you guys did. So with so many choices and outcomes, was there ever any time where you guys just sort of got lost at where your character was or where the characters were?
Not really, because we had amazing directors, and that was their job. If I was...
So did you get lost ever?
Absolutely. I'd be in the session like, wait, what's happening? Oh no, I'm the one in charge of this. We had technicians on either side of us, like an audio technician and a mocap technician, and those guys were nerds, so they would really help me out and be like, okay, so remember, it's got this way, but because of branching dialogue, there are so many options. It's impossible to keep it in your head. But what you could do is reach out to one of the writers and be like, wait, remind me, because we'd be recording Act 3 and then be going back to Act 1 and trying to, it was a lot, but that is the job. And you have the script there to tell you the context.
Now, because there is so much and the writing is so good, were you ever allowed to do any improv?
No.
Ever so slightly. What we could do is record a line, and then if Jen or another actor suggests like, oh, I'd love to say this, we're like, great, we're going to get the take as it's written, and then let's do your version and send it off, and if Larry like it, then we'll do that. So occasionally, like the animal thing with Shadowheart,
Yeah.
that she likes animals, that went in because Jen kept suggesting it, and that would then be sent back to Larry. So I was the director of the recording team, and Larry eventually listened and did that. So yeah, occasionally, a little bit, like a sprinkle.
A sprinkle of
A
improv.
tiny
I like
little
that.
bit of that.
I can imagine that you want as few takes as possible when you have like
Mama.
millions, I'm assuming, of recorded bits to filter through.
And you have no time. You have no time. And like, so for Baldur's Gate 3, we had a bit more time because of the mocap, but like Expedition, it was the fastest game I've ever had to record, and you have to like jump from like major emotions to major emotions, and so like I wish there was more time to be like, let's experiment, and it's like, no, we've got to do this shit right now. Alas, alack.
Now, something I just thought about, Bud, have you ever had anybody bring you night orchids?
So many times, knitted ones,
Oh.
crocheted night orchids.
Can I share the weirdest thing I've signed?
Please.
A squirrel skull.
Like actual squirrel stuff.
Yeah. I was like, I'm vegetarian. Take this pen in the bin now.
I loved it. I love that sort of shit. Yeah.
One of the beautiful things about this game is how it brings families together. You know, I talk about playing it with my wife, and we're replaying it right now, as I mentioned. And one night we stripped the entire camp naked because we heard our son coming upstairs, and we thought it'd be funny to play a joke on him. He's 18.
You don't look old enough.
Say what?
You do not look like you have an 18.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice. I really thank you. Stop. Thank you.
The portrait in the attic.
Coconut oil? Yeah. So I wanted to ask, and of course it worked like a charm, because as soon as he walked in the living room, he was like, all right, good night, bye. So what's the weirdest thing that anybody has ever told you that they have done in the game?
Ooh. I don't know if I have one.
There's gotta be
It's all
something.
weird. It's all weird, but that's the beauty of it. It's all weird.
Yeah.
It's like you can just do what you want. I mean, we get a lot of like dark, edgy.
I like it when people come up to, I don't like it, I think it's very brave when people come up to the table and say to Jeff, hey, I killed Shadowheart, I put her in a chest, and then she helped me win the game, and they just look them dead in the eyes, like, yeah, I stuffed your character inside of a
I
chest.
think Jeff gets it the most.
All the time.
Because, yeah, people are mean to Lazel, and don't be mean to Lazel.
No, why would anybody be mean to Lazel?
Romance needs help.
I just find that Lazel's more like a hookup kind of thing. I never went through
Oh, we're getting into problematic territory, okay? No.
Lazel.
Respect women always, even if they're green
Hold
and
on a second. I respected the fact that she would murder me. She's very intimidating.
So from the inside, you've got to carry it on through, and then you get the full story. Oh.
Every time she's like, I will take you now. I will give you my pleasure. And stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, we have a sexually confident woman. That's brilliant.
That's true. Straightforward. Straightforward? Is that what you said?
Correct.
Yeah, it's true, you know. I want to say, Aliona, you're the performance director, but how did the opportunity to play Xeph and Corrina also come about?
I'm one of the performance directors, just to get that.
Sorry, one of the performance
I wanted
directors.
to take away credit from the others.
I didn't mean to say that with a capital
So,
C.
I came onto the game hoping, so I first heard about the game when I had an audition for a character named Shadowheart. Didn't book that role, you might have noticed. And then they were looking for directors, and I had never directed. But I'd done a lot of, as an actor, I'd done a lot of motion capture, so I said send them my mocap reel, and I was really kind of hoping, like, fingers crossed behind my back, that they would watch that reel and not hire me as a director. I hoped that they would hire me as an actor, and then they rang me and they're like, we want you as a director! Yay! But I actually saw it as an opportunity to like learn from really talented actors, and I really did. But at some point we were getting to early access, and we needed to populate the world. And And so they were like, hey, would you like to? And I was like, yes, yeah, I'll do it. Who am I playing? I'm there. So yeah, me and a couple of the directors, like I mentioned earlier, Beck Park and Adrian Townsend are Squirrels in the game. And yeah, Xeph came about in that same session. I think I had like 40 minutes to record that, maybe less, and then just go back and direct for the rest of the day. So just a normal day at work.
Now, how do you feel about directing? Is that something that you would like to continue on doing and try?
No. No, for 4 years, directing on this game was amazing, and like working with Jen, working with Tim Downey, that's someone I learned a lot from. Dev, the way she's like, ready, set, go, let's just record everything and go. I did learn so much, and it's given so many wonderful opportunities as well, coming like to these conventions, and it's opened up doors for me in the video game industry, absolutely. However, I am an actor first and foremost, and I also don't think I could ever top Baldur's Gate 3. I did it, and I'm leaving. I'm proud of what I did. Yeah, I peaked. I'm out.
Well, when you were directing people in the game, was there any particular scene that comes to mind immediately that made you feel like they did such a good job that it made you emotional watching them perform the scene?
Yeah, Jen and the parent scene.
Which scene?
The parent scene.
Oh.
Yeah, because obviously I also knew Jen's parents, and I knew where your imagination was going, and she was crying, I was crying. That was a really moving moment, and her performance is incredible and so real and authentic and truthful, and it was hard to watch. And then I'd have to go like, let's go for another take. I guess.
But only one because we don't want to spend too much time on it?
Yeah, I think I just said that. I think I was like, I don't want to do this for too long. You nailed it. Move on.
Now, Shadowheart has two very distinct paths. Spoiler alert. I wanted to know, do you have a preference between one or the other, both the path and the hairstyle?
I mean, whitehead Shadowheart.
Yeah.
So that's me personally. So as a player, so I have 2 Dark Edge runs going on. I completely finished my Dark Edge run. I was so determined because I've never really seen that. Most people go for the white-haired Shadowheart, right? And I was really determined. I was like, that's like half my performance is gone. I need to see it. Could I fucking do it? No. I'm like, I can't kill Isabel. I can't kill. No, I can't do it. So I'm doing my monk dirge run, and I am determined to be evil, but I don't think I can do it, guys. I just can't do it. I don't know how you guys do it. But I like as an actor, I loved swapping between the two, and it was a real technical challenge because it's one of those where it's like really subtle differences physically and vocally, and obviously she's in a completely different headspace. And sometimes you would do like an entire scene as one, and then an entire scene as the other, and sometimes it just didn't work out that way, and you'd be going line by line. So you'd be like, wait, I'm vulnerable, okay, yeah. Oh, and now I'm a powerful fascist. Okay, cool. Yeah, so as an actor, love both equally. As a player, yeah. I'm just a soft, sensitive soul, and I don't like bad things, unless I'm killing people with my fists.
Or with your big axe when you're a barbarian. I want to know, what was both of your reactions to finding out that Baldur's Gate 3 was the game of the year?
Duh. Worked hard.
I think we kind of, yeah. The reaction to it was pretty visible. I think it was the same with Expedition. It like you think you know, and then you get to the night and you're like, oh, like maybe not, and then it happens, and it's just the most special, wonderful thing, and you're just so happy for the team. Like as actors, we're the icing on the cake, right? We're the little like bride and groom at the top. Like the developers, everyone else, the publishing teams, like they're the ingredients, they're the cake. You know, like we're flashy and you see us, but developers, and they put everything into that game and to Expedition as well, and blood, sweat, and tears, and so much passion, been really lucky to work on 2 games in a row where the team just really give a creative fuck about what they're doing, and it's not to do with money, it's not to do with like how many sales can we hit, it's going, this is the game we want to play, and that's the kind of team that you dream of working with, and so for them, you're just fucking yeah.
As I mentioned, I was part of the recording team. That was Pit Stop. That's a different studio as well. So I was a tiny cog in this huge machine. And every time, at the same Expedition, every time the game wins, like it's so great for the developers that they get that moment to be celebrated. Because also, me being on stage, like that is a glitch in the system as one of the directors. There's so many people who deserve their spotlight. There's so many people who should be celebrated. So there's accolades for just that, like that moment that they can really be celebrated for what they created. It's fantastic.
One of the things that I love so much about the game is that you really can see varying character perspectives based on your choices. I wanted to know, out of all the antagonists that are in the game that you don't play as, is there anybody that you feel like is truly not redeemable?
Leroican.
Yes.
I think so.
No, is it Leroican I'm thinking of? Yeah, the dickhead.
There's a few of those in the game.
It's slimy. No, because I feel like everyone can be redeemed. That's
Even
my...
like Raphael?
No, Raphael, yeah. I just feel like this is my own personal philosophy. I feel like everyone's just... I feel like everyone's got a bit of nugget of good. I hope there is a nugget of good. It's just about teasing it out.
Yeah. But fuck Baldur.
Yeah, because even Orin, I'm like, no, but I can fix her.
Now you guys...
It's maybe because she's hot. But I can fix her.
Now you guys
And she's hot.
are appearing next in Tides of Annihilation together. All right, so I wanted to know, obviously, Aliona, you were the performance director on Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, Chris, I'm sorry, it's not you that I'm correcting. It's like, I hear a lot of people say those things to me, like, I think this girl. I'm like, no, that's not me. And so I'm not correcting you. You've done your research, I can tell.
Thank you so much. Except for, what was the other game?
Expedition.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Okay.
Look at all the berries!
Now, in Tides of Annihilation, you are playing the antagonist.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what's the shift been like going from directing to now being a co-star and the villain?
Yeah, it's exciting. I've been paying my dues, I feel like, with smaller roles in other games. Like, I'm in Cyberpunk as well, I did Lies of P, so all those, thank you. I feel, because I'm friends with so many of the cast of Baldur's Gate, and they're phenomenal, and I've watched them record for years, I did feel intimidated for quite a long time, because I've seen them get so much experience. I've been there watching them just get better and better and better. So at some point I was like, oh, my friends are all really good and so experienced, and I'm not there yet. But now I've slowly been like, yeah, paying my dues, and I feel ready, and I'm really excited to record it. So it feels great.
Now, I'm sure you guys didn't talk much about Tides of Annihilation, but will there still be the same level of Baldur's Gate nudity in it? Oh, really? Oh, wow, okay. I didn't mean to ask a question you don't know. Yeah, right. Down is probably the right answer. It's like Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate. That's about it when it comes to that amount. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, Jennifer, you've been very vocal about AI not replacing actors in games. People in the room who love these characters because of what you guys brought to them, why do you think it's important that people understand why we need to have that fight and why this matters?
Maybe so I get paid. I want a career. I am joking. There is a reason why games like Expedition 33 and Baldur's Gate 3 are so, they mean so much to people. people. And yes, you can have a beautiful flow state playing a game that, you know, you don't give a shit about the characters out. It's not about that. Like, there are different levels of gaming, I get that, and AI is a useful tool for a lot of things, and I don't really know, I'm not well versed in it enough to really give an answer on it. I can only talk from me as an actor's perspective, that you know, look at our lines at conventions, look at the beautiful reception to these characters that are written by human beings with their experience, and that's why we connect to them, right? Like, you know, Expedition, like I've gone through grief. We all have, in some way, shape or form, experienced loss, and it was important for me in that tiny, short amount of time that we had to record, because it was so fucking fast. And you'd have to be like, right, I'm crying now. I'm crying about, I'm not going to give spoilers, but you know, and I want to inject my heart and my soul into that, and I did, and people like it, because then they go, oh, that's me. Oh, her reaction to that, or Lune's reaction to it being distant, or CL's being like, you know, trying to please everyone. We all know those family members who act like that at funerals, and you're like, come on, or yeah. And sure, like we see a lot of comments about it online, and people being like, and they can fuck off. But like it's about that. It's about us connecting to it, and that's the beauty of games as well. It's an active art form where you are in the place of someone, you are interacting with them, you're making those choices. And fuck off, are you going to have fucking robots do that? No. Have beautiful humans do that, who put their souls and lives into that, and yeah, I will defend that forever.
Amen.
And also give me my money.
Now, speaking of giving your money, there's so many people here who need to get an autograph from you guys or get a photo later. I wanted to say, they're all excited to meet you guys and to see you guys today, right? Everybody's so excited to meet them.
They're quite nice.
Looking back on your own career, or with your time at conventions, who's somebody that you have both been very, very excited or even starstruck to have met?
Guys, Jennifer Beals. Any lesbians in the chat? Jennifer Beals from the L Word is coming, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna die. Yeah, go on.
Liv Tyler.
Oh, Liv Tyler! She's ethereal.
We've met her before, and we have like a mantle piece at home where we've got photos of family and friends, and the photo we took of Liv Tyler.
Like generally not. Like I don't tend to be that starstruck, but it'll be really weird people that you meet in this green room, and you're like, why am I shaking? like I met Catherine Tate. Like legend, but like, you know, you'll be talking to, I don't know who, and I don't know why that got me, and I was just like, hi, I grew up with you. It's weird. Yeah.
I want to
Talk
met
to you, baby.
Not at a convention, but who's the butler in Fresh Prince? Jeffrey? Is that his name? Is it Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I met him and I screamed in his face. So yeah, played it real cool.
It'll often be the ones that you know, like there's Mary Louise Parker. I'm just going to theatre nerd out now, okay? I'm a theatre kid. I'm unapologetic about it. Yeah, Angels in America, the HBO series with like it's got a stacked cast. It's like Meryl Streep and Al Pacino. It's wild, and she's in it, and like it's one of those. Jeffrey Wright is so good in it. It's one of those like really niche things, and I just like had to go up to her, and I never go up to people in the green room. But I was just like, you meant so much to me when I was 17. And she was just really nice, and then all through the weekend, she just like, every time she passed, she would just put her hand on my shoulder, and I was like, oh. That was really nice.
Oh, that's so awesome. We're almost out of time, but because I didn't prepare any expedition questions, I'm going to pick somebody on this side and pick somebody on this side. If you've got an expedition question, raise your hand right now, and there's a mic in each. Okay, we got a couple over here. I see the guy in the red beret over here. Yeah, that's a great way to get picked out of a crowd. Come up to the mic here, and I'm going to let you ask an expedition question.
K-pop Demon Hunters is one I'm excited to meet as well.
Yeah.
We met Faye on another convention she plays Mira. Oh my god, she's so fucking cool.
What's your name?
My name is Josh.
Hi, Josh.
I met you in Tampa last year. First of all, congratulations on all the awards over the past year. My question is, what is the most frustrating boss in Expedition 33 for you?
Well, for me it's very easy because I think the art shows that I played Marie in the prologue, and Marie gets gammaged, so very simple.
It's not really the hardest one, but I always I don't know why it fills me with so much dopamine. That one.
Oh, yeah.
Really, yeah, that one. That really makes me happy. I also like the hands one. Yeah, I'm very bad at parrying. You are great.
They call me Aliona Baranova for a reason.
I am exceptionally bad, but it is musical, guys, apparently.
Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you. All right, over on this side. Oh, we got somebody that's very excited. All right, come on. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Skylar.
Hi, Skylar.
Hello. I just want to say thank you because this game actually brought me and my boyfriend together.
Wait a second. How? I'm interested now.
So we like matched on Tinder. And I didn't posted him. They didn't really say anything. Then I posted about the game, crying. I was like, oh my gosh. He slid up. He was like, oh my gosh, this game is so traumatizing. I was like, and ever since that, we've been together. So
Amazing. Thank you, Skylar.
So my question is, it's kind of, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
What is your favorite hairstyle for Niall and the whole game?
Oh, 100% the little hats,
Yes.
the thing. And then my favorite outfit, I don't know if you even asked this, but I'm going to say it. It's the, can I swear? No.
Yeah, why not?
C-wordy,
Do you know what everybody here who's playing Baldur's Gate does in the game? I think we can handle the swear word.
No, but it's the C word, and I know Americans don't like it. But it's the C-wordy one with the wing. I want to wear it. Give it.
I once put the gestural hair in my L, and Jen took the controller out of my hand and was like, no. No.
You do not disrespect my L. Thank you.
Thank you, Skylar. All right, I think we got time for one more question. Hold on. We got to go. I'm gonna let you pick. You choose.
The red beret wearing.
We have another red beret. I was about to be like, he's already asked. No, never mind. There's multiple red berets.
You can always come and ask us at the table as well.
Yeah.
Which game do you like better? Baldur's Gate 3?
So weak choice on bitch. No, absolutely not.
I love your boldness.
No one's listening.
What do you like better?
I like Expedition 33 better.
Both games have changed, certainly my life. And definitely Baldur's Gate 3 has changed both of our lives.
Yeah.
And like, you cannot imagine how different, for me personally, like, my life is, like, I have changed because of those games. Both of them in very different ways. And so it would be like asking, I don't know, which section of the motorway is it? Like, it's still part of that journey, do you know what I mean? I like Expedition because I got awards from it. That was nice. But both, and both have given me chosen family. Like that, the casts of both have been, and the developers, like, I now consider to be lifelong friends. And that is a really beautiful, rare jewel of a thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can follow that up. I'm in a predicament. One, people approach me and say, I kicked you. And the other one, people are like, oh, are you that bitch at the beginning? Dies. Don't
I
judge
saved
by
you. I saved you, Carla. I saved you.
I'm not Carla.
I saved Carla. I did not pick the squirrel either.
I'm glad to hear that. You see my predicament, guys. Both person to me.
She's not hard.
Thank you.
Are there any characters in the game that you would not use a revitalizing scroll on?
Did you revive the squirrels? Is what I want to know.
Say what?
Did you revive the squirrels after you killed them?
Did I revive who?
You can't.
No.
Why didn't you lead with that? I would have left this panel. You killed the squirrels and then you didn't. Wow.
Only on one playthrough. The others,
It's a game.
I had the dark urge, and I felt like I was in character, you know? And I just was like, squirrel, I'm practicing. I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was ever going to meet you face to face.
Why do people say that?
I
kicked them.
Have you ever had anybody be like, you can kick me back?
Yes, a lot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you?
No. In my head, yeah.
So we're almost out of time. Last thing for you. Obviously, everybody in this room loves you guys, and I just wanted to say, if you have anything that you want to say to the fans, then here they
Oh
are.
God, you're fucking amazing, actually, and I don't know, like, this was such, with Baldur's Gate 3 and with Expedition, like, you never think the reception is going to be like this, and you know, like, we've done games before, and it's just, don't get this. Most actors in games don't get this, and meeting you all is genuinely one of the highlights of my entire fucking life. Like, the stories, the kindness, the warmth, like, you're all just so amazing, and yeah, thank you all.
No, listen, what I want to say is, we're humans too, we go through our own shit, and meeting you guys and the love that you bring and the appreciation for us and the fact that you see us, that can really get us through some shit sometimes. So it means a lot. You guys are incredible. The love that you bring, we feel it, and it fills us up, so thank you.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Such lovely time being here. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Let's give them a warm round of applause. Let's see the exit off the left so they can get ready for the next presentation. But thank you guys, everybody. Thank you very much.
And Chris, play Expedition.
I will. I promise.